What's up, guys? So Judea, where are we going today?
Malatapay again.
Why are we going there?
Food.
No. No.
Food.
Critters.
Critters, I mean.
So we're just gonna do an easy one today. We've been diving a lot, mostly nights, including tomorrow and the next day. We're doing like a huge dive day after tomorrow, where we're gonna dive multiple dives, and we'll probably be done by midnight. But it's supposed to be crazy at this place at night. And then tomorrow we're doing a top secret dive again, restricted area. So today we're just doing an easy one, and we like to go to Malatapay because, well, it doesn't really mean anything if you guys aren't here, but yeah, it's just a location that has a nice little cafe right on the dive site, right on the beach. I don't know if that's coincidence or they knew it was a dive site, but not only is it one of our favorite dive sites, go-to dive sites with all the critters, but you know, they got the little cafe where we can have water and just relax, and it's an easy entry, sandy beach, which is like, it's golden for us. It's another check stop. So yeah, just gonna go do an easy one, and we see a lot more at night, but let's see, hopefully we see some critters today. If not, I'll film some common critters. There's always critters. Man, what is this guy doing? There's always critters, but I'm trying to find something new on every dive, especially nudie break, because I'm writing the book about nudie break, and the more photos I have myself, the less I have to buy from local photographers. So let's hope. Let's go. Right now we're picking up a guide, not Alex, because he hurt his foot. He should be good tomorrow. And then the tanks and gear, and then we'll go meet Finn at the dive site. Critter hunter. Well, we just got the gear and Jeffy, and we're all the way at Malatapay. What's up, Jeffy?
Hey, what's up? Morning.
Look at how high the tide is today. It's all the way to the wall. Is that the Apo scuba boat? Or Apo island?
Yeah, that's the Apo island.
It's so high, it's coming in here. Man, look how clear that water is, though. It's so clear. So this is the locals' boat. They come here to get supplies, I guess. So we're gonna have some breakfast and wait for Finn. We're a little early. Then we'll go see what critters are around today. Dude, where did you get that shirt?
Follower sent it to me, but this is isao, which is the chicken intestines.
Yeah.
Very good, tastes amazing.
With beer.
Huh?
And there's beer.
Of course, Red Horse. Red Horse, isao.
You guys,
best combo in the Philippines.
you guys don't have a chicken intestine barbecue shirt.
You gotta try it if you come here.
No.
Yes, you do.
Oh, all right.
And
do
balut.
it.
And
Yeah.
kinamos.
Oh man.
With foil pana, that's the best. Come on, it's good.
You need a balut shirt just to take. That's a funny shirt. What the hell? Only Philippines do.
It's awesome.
Only Philippines make that. It's hilarious.
We're back at Malatapay. Look how high the waves are. Super high tide.
It's really clear too.
Look at the lock. Just bouncing around here.
It's a nice day though.
Remember, I think the last few times we've been diving here, it's always been low tide.
Yeah, well, yeah.
So let's see how the difference is
I've never
today.
seen it this high. It's coming in the gate. Last time we saw the mimic, well, you didn't.
Doesn't count. Doesn't count.
So I don't know. I'm not counting on it again, but we'll see. Sometimes it's not great. Right now it's 10:30. I don't know. See?
Ah.
Too much kililo, or whatever you call it.
That's the Rona.
Rona.
Yeah.
He just put Rona on my foot.
Wipe it off, let's go in the water.
Yeah, it's getting hot. We usually dive at night, but it's all right. This is okay dive site. That day.
We're a bit
That
bored
side
today.
sucks.
We haven't dove for 2 days now. It's too hot. I don't have electricity back at my house, no aircon. So I need to get out.
Yeah, we're like sponges. If we're out of the water too long, we crinkle and die.
Actually, my body, I was just waking up like, what the hell is going on? I feel like
Yeah.
I'm getting old.
No nitrox for 2 days. It's like, I don't know if we could survive. No salt water? What the hell? Man, these waves are huge. But at least when it's like this here, there's a sandy entry. It's so much nicer. It's still so easy. Yeah, it's gonna be awesome. Let's see. Let's go tell Jeffy he needs to find us some nudies. All right, let's get underwater. Since this is a day dive, I can kind of show you what it looks like. It's really grassy and barren at the very beginning, and we just keep going until it hits about 3-4 meters, then it starts going down. That's when we see logs and a rock here and there, just little hiding spots for critters. There's Finn, probably looking at this little log for some kind of critter. There's a critter, a little shrimpy sitting on an anemone. You can see the anemone is really small and just kind of out in the sand if you look in the background. Nothing around, no big beautiful reefs here. But there's these little leaf sheep all over the place. And actually, for some reason on this dive, I saw huge leaf sheep. This one's probably the biggest I've ever seen. Biggest and fattest. I don't know, I need to talk to an expert. Maybe this is a season. Maybe they're grown now. Maybe they're all, I don't know, who knows? But for some reason, the leaf sheep are really huge now. And here's another new species of nudibranch. And, well, when I say new species, I mean new to me. One that I haven't filmed before. And now, I can see this video is all shaky, a little bit unfocused. So I want to give you guys a little bit of context before you start destroying me in the comments. So, I want to give you some perspective on how to get this footage and why it's not perfect. So what you need to do, I want you to go grab 1 grain of rice. I want you to draw a little smiley face on it. Then I want you to go out in the pool. I want you to throw a whole bunch of rocks in the pool and some sand. You know, since the grain of rice is white, let's make the sand white too. Then I want you to toss that little grain of rice out into the pool. Now I want you to jump in the pool with your camera and go find that piece of rice. And once you find it, I want you to have your girlfriend or your mom go make a whole bunch of waves and current, stuff like that. Don't make it an easy, nice little pool. After that, I want you to film this little grain of rice without touching it, without holding it still, and without touching the ground or any of the rocks or reef or anything around you. And then let's see how good your footage is. Yeah, so that's what I'm dealing with. Now, when you think you've got enough footage, I want you to stay in the water another hour just for the heck of it. And then I want you to get out. I want you to go home, get out your camera, put the clips on the computer. Then I want you to sit and read the book and try to find this crazy little species that you've never seen before in a book with 2,000 other species just like it. And then, when you're done with that, then you can tell people what kind of little species this is. But then you gotta keep going because, yeah, you filmed like 6 of these on that same dive. Now here I actually managed to measure this guy with my measuring stick, and each one of these little lines is a millimeter. So he's about 5 millimeters long. So you can see why they're a little bit hard to find out in the ocean. And then here's another new species. This guy was in a similar area on a little sponge or something, and it's an amazing little find. I've never even seen this one, but to be honest, he's just as small as the other one, and it's no wonder I've never seen it. I haven't exactly been looking with the freaking magnifying glass. But this guy's awesome. I can't even imagine how our guide found it, or the other one, because they're just so tiny. But the coloration and the patterns on this one are insane. If you look real close on the front and back, he's got two little horns or something coming out of his sides. It's so weird. It actually took me a while to figure out what kind of species this is as well. Not very common. I haven't seen this in forums or anything, but at least I did find it in the book. Really, really glad to have found this guy. I've never seen one so colorful and cool. It's always got a honeycomb pattern in the middle. Once I get some shots, I'd like to try to get different angles, but this was in such a bad area and he wasn't moving much. I hate it when little critters don't move, because then you can't really tell what's going on. But I think you could tell from the little tiny hairs on this sponge or polyp or whatever that this guy is really tiny. And then I ran into three flamboyant cuttlefish. These guys are awesome. I was actually looking at a leaf sheep, and then two of these popped up. So I turned on the camera, and there's the third. Turns out these two little ones are the boys, and they're chasing the big mama, trying to get some love. Here's a close-up of one of the boys who stopped to check out his reflection in my camera. So for the most part, I was really looking forward to finding more nudibranch on this dive. So I let Finn film these guys because he's seen a lot less of them than I have. And I was happy to follow the guide and try to find more cool species. And here's something else, a little crinoid shrimp hiding on top of a little tiny starfish. Now, I see these guys quite often. You guys have probably seen them in a different episode. But these ones were actually super cooperative. So, I filmed them. So these shrimp, they're probably double the size of the nudibranch from earlier. You know, maybe the size of a toenail clipping. But pretty small. Hard to get real detail. But you can see some of them are light, some of them are dark. And they're all kind of blending in with that starfish that they're sitting on. They're always just little freeloaders getting a free ride. Are there any shrimp experts out there who can tell me what ones are males, what ones are females? Let me know in the comments below. I ran into this guy, which I filmed on a different dive before, but this one's a baby. He was so hard to film. The other ones I've seen before were quite big, you know, maybe a centimeter long and pretty tall. You can see those weird things sticking up, looks like smoke or something. But this guy was a little tiny baby. Pretty cool find though. Although this isn't a new species for my book, still, it's always fun to film. And while I was filming that, this little guy was staring at me. I thought he was a little ball of fluff or algae at first, but actually it's a decorator crab. It's just a little crab that likes to put all kinds of stuff on his back so he blends in perfectly. I mean, Navy SEALs could take some lessons in how to build a ghillie suit, because this guy is almost impossible to see. Now you can see his legs and stuff as he moves away, but if he didn't move, I never would have seen him, especially if he was sitting on similar colored grass or moss or whatever. I know they're not trying to be cute, but they are. They got all sorts of stuff on their heads. So here's another trivia question for you guys. What the heck is this thing? I see them all over the place, and they're so hard to film. I mean, this thing is barely 2 millimeters long. And yeah, just let me know what it is.
So dive. Nothing special.
Nothing. Who's that? Turtle? Justin, I saw the kids like walking or passing through this one and carrying kalamungay for them to go home. I was like, oh my God, why you just like walk here? Ang mga bata kuya ba, gadalag kalamungay, naglakaw diri. Pauli silang balay.
That was an awesome time. We didn't even make it very far, huh?
Yeah.
We just saw so many little nudies and 3 flamboyants together. Phil was happy about that.
What a dive! That was awesome. I said at the beginning, the high tides are, there's something about it. I think a lot of more critters come out.
Yeah. And that's during the day. I don't know. Night's gonna be crazy.
3
But
flamboyant, 2 new species of nudibranchs.
yeah, I think those are 2 new species for my little nudie
Beef
project.
sheeps everywhere.
Yeah, big ones, huh?
Yeah. And one of the green alien looking nudie. What a tiny version of him.
Yeah, we got that one before, but they're a lot bigger. So this one's like a baby. It's kind of cute.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
man,
We
sick.
didn't even make it very far at all. There's just so much stuff to see.
Those are the best dives when you kind of just stay in the same area because there's just critters everywhere.
Yeah.
And
As soon as I was done with one critter, he had another one for me to look at. And then I went to look at a leaf shape on this leaf. And these rocks, I went to put my hand on a rock. And it was flamboyant. Right before my hand went there, it lit up like... it turned on its lights, or know.
They're highly venomous, by the way.
Are they?
Yes.
Well, they changed colors. I was like, oh shit, there's 2 flamboyants. So I was like, Finn. And then I'm filming them, and then another one pops up.
3. There's definitely one was the mother.
I think the big one was the female. And the
Probably.
2 were chasing it, trying to get some tail.
Oh, you don't think they were babies? You just
No,
think
no.
they were men.
The males are always tiny and chasing the huge female. And all she cared about was eating, huh?
Exactly.
She's just eating, and the other guys are like following around, walking around. I let him film most of them. I just wanted to film them so you could see what they look like, but
Yeah, I did want to get a good picture of them because how many times in your life are you going to see 3 flamboyants at the
Yeah.
same time? So I was waiting them to align perfect up and then try to get that magical shot.
when I was learning underwater photography in Egypt, my dream was to find 1 flamboyant. So I came here to Philippines, Indonesia, all over, and I finally found one. And now we're seeing 3 together.
Yeah. Shout out to Jeffy. He helped us find. He's very good at finding tiny nudibranchs or critters.
Yeah, even when he's pointing at him, I'm like, what? I can't see anything. So that's good, because I think that makes 98 species that I've got now.
You were 96 before.
And that one you were filming is really weird. It had like 4 horns.
Yeah.
2 on the front, 2 on the back.
That's awesome.
So weird.
Sick.
Awesome.
Love Malatapak.
Yeah.
Ayaw, ngara, mangga.
What happened?
Ngara,